Going green here off of turn number 4, heat race number 1 for the factory stocks tonight. 3 different shows this weekend, Nick, as we head them off in 1 and 2 for the first time. Shane Purdy starting from the pole position.
Absolutely, but it looks like the 39 of Jamie Lau going to take over that top spot out of turn number 2. Down the back stretch into turn 3, going to be Pretty in the second spot. Third spot right now belongs to Ron Palmer in the X2X, followed by Justin Whitehead in the 36J. Whitehead right now underneath for third. We've got one off the racing surface. Looks like the 11 of Bowden making contact with the Ute tire as Justin Whitehead now getting around Shane Pretty for second. Whitehead to the runner-up spot out of turn number 2. Sets his sights on the 39 of Jamie Lau. Lau gonna lead lap number 2. Second spot, still Justin Whitehead. Third spot, Shane Pretty. Fourth spot, the X2X of Ron Palmer. And rounding out the top 5, the 215 of TJ Evans. 10 laps the distance on this first of 4 factory stock heat races this evening. Full program for the factory stocks tonight. The 818 of Dennis Bissonette running into some problems. Going to have to exit the raceway. Taking the 818 back to the pit area. Looks like his evening is over. It's still the 39 of Jamie Lau out front. Whitehead in second spot. We've got a good battle for 6th place on the racetrack right now as we come to halfway. Cross flags, 5 down, 5 to go. Jeff Bowser waving the rags tonight. Showing the field halfway through. Going to be 6 laps complete this time for Jamie Lau. Justin Whitehead closing the gap quickly. Don't know if it's going to be too little, too late to catch the 39 and take the win. Whitehead definitely the fastest car on the racetrack right now. Still got a good battle for 6th between the 5H and the 215. 215 being TJ Evans. And I do believe that's the 5H of Lance Hansen Jr. Two to go. This time around, your leader now into some heavy lap traffic, Zach Justin Whitehead. Giving chase in the 36J. Jamie Lau out front right now with about a lap to go.
Here comes Whitehead to the inside for the race lead. And on the front boulevard, Lance Hansen just lost the power plant, it appears. As Whitehead going to try to fight his way to the race lead through lap traffic and pushed there. And Whitehead gave him a shot in the shorts. He had no choice. It was not intentional. Down their back straightaway for the final time. Nicholas Kirby going to be a victim to go a lap down here on the final circuit.
Absolutely. Zach coming through turns 3 and 4.
Whitehead's going to get him. Oh, my goodness.
Tries it again.
He couldn't.
Not going to work. Checker flag going to wave. It's going to go to Jamie Lau. Wow. Second spot going to be Justin Whitehead.
Here as well.
Yeah, had a bunch of disqualifications last night. Those PTS engines had some issues. So, like I said, hopefully get them all back out here tonight. We're going green with heat race number 2. Looks like take 2.
As Cook leads them in the 1 and 2 here, Nick. Chad Cox going to look the better this weekend, like you said. As they go 1 by 1 by 1, they went by 2 there for the 4th spot momentarily, slipping up his herring down the back straightaway. Hood going to take advantage.
Yeah, Chad looks like the 04 of Cameron Cook going to lead lap number 1. And Kelly Lockey getting by Chad Cox for second.
So Kelly Lockey has his sights set now on the race lead, and there goes Chad Cox. He said, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. He just got, looks like a 3-legged dog on an icy lake. Then he got a shot in the shorts. Nearly gets put in the back straightaway wall. Jeff Sontag comes to a stop at the exit of turn number 2. Will he get it refired?
Zach, I think something real bad wrong with the 1X machine of Chad Cox, well off the pace. And I do believe, nope, Chad going to stay out there, but the car not back
here. But they don't want to risk it, man. It costs a lot of money, tires, gas, everything that goes into this sport. This is not a backwoods sport, folks. These guys put a lot of fun, and they'll put a lot of money into it as well.
Absolutely.
Drop the hammer, Nick. We are back underway with Cameron Cook out front with a race lead.
Heat race number 2 back underway. 2 laps complete, 8 laps to go. Scotty Thrifty Nichols with a left front flat, Zach. I don't think that's really going to be a huge factor, but
Thrifty Nichols has hit wholesale here. Found his own ad in the Thrifty Nickel. Right now, he's rolled all the way from the tail all the way up to second and battling with his best friend, Kelly Lockey. 2 of the best friends that you could find in this sport. Went door to door there. Lockey re-inheriting the second position after the 99 got around there for a moment.
Lockie going to make the move for second spot. Nichols back to third. Going to be coming under fire from the 222. That's Jamie the Jet Herring in the triple deuce.
Cameron Cook still seems to undoubtedly be the quickest car in this race, and that big body 04 Lockie had a much better rotation to the center of the corner that time. Down the back straightaway, has the sights set on the race lead. Will he give him a shot in the shorts here? Through 3, and off of turn number 4, it'll be 4 and 4 laps to go.
Nearly side by side at the line for the lead. It's Kelly Lockie now to the inside of Cameron Cook. You see Lockie get snug right through the transition. The 8L loses ground, but Cook loose on the exit. Zach, there's nose to tail going into turn 3.
I think they're both flirting with disaster, putting the car a little bit lane lower. You see Sessions back there doing it and pushing up the racetrack, but here comes Lockie door to door to the inside into 1 and 2, and there goes that little bit of contact. But the car actually drove pretty well there off the exit of the corner, straightens it out in 8. He has his sights set on the tail tank at 04 for the race lead.
Going to be 7 laps complete this time by the flag stand. 3 laps to go. Still Cameron Cook out front. Lockie glued to the tail tank. Into turn number 1. Zach off the bottom of 2. Has to get on the binders real hard.
I felt like that was his shot right there, but he was not able to capitalize as he kind of dipped through the corner the same way the 04 did, just in a different lane. He'll try again. Gets a good run down the front boulevard into turn number 1. 2 laps to go this time by Nick into 1.
Absolutely. Zach Lockie glued, and we get a shot underneath. Lockie looks to the inside of Cameron Cook out of 2. Can't quite make the pass into turn 3.
Cameron Cook has got it working underneath the hood. Down the front boulevard. He's got his hands sawing on the wheel and the teeth clenched as well. Looking good as Cook. But here comes Lockie. Kelly Lockie going to try to knock him to the inside. Down the back straightaway for the final time in the turn number 3. Who's it going to be? Lockie going to drive it back to his inside. It's going to be Cook and Lockie. Drag it. Oh, and Kelly Lockie just lost the handle. Oh, tough break for Lockie, as that's why he didn't get down there and do that earlier, as he loses 2 spots, goes to 4th. And Herring and the 7 of Sessions were really close, as nearly a dead heat for second.
I think you're right, man. I actually think, looking at it, that is the C1 on the racetrack. See what you think when they come by. We're going green with heat race number 3. Jeff Bowser waves the green rag. Yeah.
Is that a gray roll cage? If it's a gray roll cage, that's my brother's old car.
I think it is.
And he hot lapped it at the 7,000 to win at Boot Hill, and he said that's one of the best handling cars. They go 4 wide there at the tail with Sean Graham, the meat in the bun there, and he gets a little shot.
Boy.
Brad Ball, the victim to the inside of the C3 at Graham, and he makes a little bit more contact there in the 1 and 2. Graham straightens it out as they go side by side, and a side-by-side battle for 3rd as well. They're door-to-door. It's Bo Perry out of Bossier City, Louisiana, and the 15 going at it here off of turn number 4. I'm sorry. That was Ray Kemp.
Yeah, Ray Kemp now falling victim to the 85 of James Thompson. Oh,
he's
and
hard
Kemp
on the
into the wall.
Oh, that's as hard as you can hit the wall there.
That was a good lick there. It looked like a little bit of contact between James Thompson. Bit of a drive, or Caddo Mills. Caddo Mills. Bit of a drive down here to Waco. So if he can get it fixed, put back together, and race somewhere close to home, hey, man, hats off to you, brother.
Exactly. Support your local racetrack. Like, go home, fix it. I commend you for it, actually. You go home, fix the car, and you race somewhere else.
Absolutely.
I like it. As Bo Perry gets a good restart, a pair of Texas region racers are going to go at it 1 and 2 on the restart here. Nick down the front boulevard. It's Bo Perry who's going to stop the tire track of the 31 of Justin Holt here for the race lead.
Yeah, Perry with a great restart, like you said, Zach. Gets a real good start coming into we've got James Thompson and Trey Votall getting together over in turn number 2. But back up front, Zach, look at Perry right behind Justin Holt for the lead.
Now on the front straightaway, I'll tell you what, Bo Perry, a very well-accomplished racer. 20th at second earlier this season, a second-place finish to Whitehead at Arklatex, a win at Arklatex, and a win at Boot Hill this year. Got his first ever factory stock victory back on June the 12th of 2012 at the Boot Hill Speedway. And his 5th year of racing action. Down the front straightaway, the 23-year-old holding on to the second spot into turn number 1. The 31-year-old in car number 31 leads the way.
And we're going to come to halfway there, folks, this time. 5 down, 5 to go. Bo Perry right on the tail tank of the 31 of Justin Holt as we come to cross flags from Jeff Bowser.
5 in, 5 laps to go. We got a new flagman tonight, I see.
Yeah, Jeff Bowser jumping up in the flag stand tonight. Marcus Harcrow, front stretch infield steward there. Going to be work. Oh, that was close. Maybe a little bit of bump and grind going on, but I don't see nothing wrong with that, Zach, out of turn number 4.
He says... I had something for that, but I didn't want to be too insensitive. Anyway, the band Perry's riding in second of the 24, trying to knock on the back door to the 31 of Justin Holt for the race lead. He's only got 2 more trips around the speed plan to get the job done. 3 laps, rather. 2.5 when they meet the midpoint of the back straightaway right there at Texas.
And look at a little bit of dust kicking up through turns 1 and 2, right about the middle of the racetrack. Bo Perry with another good look to the inside attack as we come to 2 to go.
2 more trips around the Heart O Texas Speedway here in Elm Mott, Texas, for heat race number 3 of the night here for the Hoosier Tire Southwest Southern Nationals for the factory stocks. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3, pulling all the way to the tail tank, just like Lockie was doing in the last race. Perry just not able to muster up enough momentum. Nick Robbins to take over that top spot. Final trip around the speedway, brother.
White flag in the air, and Perry with his best shot so far has to think better of it. Tucked back into line. Good run on turn number 2. Justin Holt down the back chute into 3 for the final time. Perry right there in tow. I don't know how they're not touching, Zach. Checkered flag going to wave. Justin Holt with the win. Bo Perry going to have to settle for second. We are restarting heat race number 4, your 4th and final factory stock heat race of the evening.
You know, I've been saying it. You've been saying it too. One's to watch prior to the race. One's to watch in this one, folks. The 88 of Brandon Taylor, Jason Gore, and Kenneth Chamberlain starting 6th, 7th, 8th in this race. We'll see how many gains that they can make in this one.
Absolutely. You see Chop struggling already a little bit in the back, getting crossed up there. But look at Brandon Taylor in the 88. Make sure we're 3 wide through turn number 3, Zach.
The first car that I've been able to see that grab the bottom and not push off the racetrack is the 07 of Royce Jones, as he actually rolled the car well. But here comes Brandon Taylor. Brandon Taylor.
That is the battle for 4th on the racetrack right now. Taylor looking to the inside of the racetrack out of turn number 4. Zach, don't think it's going to be enough. No, has to get back in a line behind Jones in the 07.
He looks like an animal. Not like Jeff Taylor, though. He's no relation to Jeff or Peyton. As he rolls down the back straightaway, Brandon Taylor trying to give all kinds of pressure to the 07 of the Troop Texan, Royce Jones into turn number 3. As they ride in the turn number 3 and 4, Dumas just went way high, wide, and handsome off before. Has to get back in line, but loses 2 spots and loses his advances there down the front straightaway, Nick. As we roll off a 2 down the back chute, your race leader way out front. And the Denton, Texas racer, the 189 of Justin McNeil.
And Alan Lindo having a good run in second spot there, Zach.
I don't even remember when Taylor got around the 21, but here he goes. He gets 2 for the price of 1, the 55. Now he has his sights set on Alan Lindo. Lindo trying to stay up top and roll up like a window. Is Taylor to the inside. He was one of the ones to watch, as Taylor is definitely living up to the hype in heat race number 4 for the factory stocks.
Absolutely. Started in the 6th position, now battling with Lindo for that second spot. You're right, though. McNeil gone in the 189 Buick Skylark 3000 Oldsmobile Salon GTSP 5.
Down the front straightaway we go. A little bit of a slip up that time. The 55D has a chance to close the back door on the 88. Brandon Taylor gets some company to the inside down the back straightaway. This is a good one. It's all kinds of heated up here for the race, or for the 2nd, 3rd, 4th spot. Lindo doing a well of a job holding on to that position right now.
Yeah, doing some serious battling right now with Brandon Taylor. Zach Taylor dives down to the bottom of the racetrack this time. Sticks it right in that dry patch, and we've got Vandiver around in the 20 machine.
Alan Lindo making his car wider than a triple wide trailer right now, as one still around to the bottom of exit turn number. It's Vandiver, and green yellow still out. No harm, no foul. We stay green, not necessarily too clean, but we're green, and the white flag is out for the final time. As down the boulevard, your Denton, Texas racer to the 189 at Justin McNeil just crossed the stripe, and he'll come around this final time, Nick Robbins, to take the checkered flag.
Absolutely, Zach, the 189 smooth as glass. We got a great battle going on for a second right
contact.
now. Taylor gets up into Lindo into the wall.
That's unfortunate, man. You know, Brandon Taylor had to go for it, and unfortunately makes contact.
Well, and I don't even really think it was necessarily on purpose. Or Taylor, I don't think, knew that a 20 machine was still down there in the bottom of turn number 2.
Sorry, battery died in my other mic. I need batteries, AA batteries. As Alpha 4 down the front straightaway. The 78 of Ball leads. Hodges in the 8H, who rolls on to second. Third spot is owned by the 8 of Lockie. Kelly Lockie in the 8. The top 4 advance to the A feature tonight. Top 4 advance to the night's A feature. I want to thank Professional Motorsport Solutions, Brad Hockaday here this weekend, doing a great job providing us as we continue to stroll and roll this race off of turn number 4 with the race lead out front. It's still Ball in 78. The Highlands Texas racer has about a 4-car length advantage off the exit of 2 down the back straightaway. Kenneth Chamberlain, Pork Chop, has turned the quickest lap of this race. He's up to the 4th and final transfer spot. And the Michael and Lisa Jones Motorsports Panel Trust number 70. As he rides off the exit of corner number 4, he's turned the quickest lap time with a 18.098 in this one. 18.098 in this one. But he just wants to probably play a little comfortable and just hold on to the position he's in right now. Down the front straightaway, Ball still continues to lead over Hodges in 8H. Kelly Lockie, a pair of 8, second and third. And Kenneth Chamberlain looking as the caution going to come out. But I do want to tell you, though, that Kelly Lockie has a GRT chassis, open wheel modified, race ready, up for raffle, and he will take second here on this restart. A great time start for the 8 car, but Lockie has a GRT chassis race ready. He's putting up for a raffle, $100 a spot, so you'd have a chance to win one as well. Here at the racetrack, $20 could give you a chance to win a IRP chassis Southern Sport Mod. Is right now Pork Chop Kenneth Chamberlain going to get pressure to the outside from Voton for the 4th and final transfer spot. They're door-to-door through the exit of corner number 4. It's heating up. Nick Robbins off of 4. They're going to make contact. Look out, Chop.
Absolutely, Zach. Looks like
Chop's
Chop going to get the spot, though, brother, underneath Voton there.
He said, I don't care what you do, Trey Voton, but you are not going to go around me on the outside. And he slammed the door shut on him. And he says, if I have to get a little bit of crinkled quarter panel or a sidewall, I will.
Want to give a real quick shout out to LaDonna Reed and CJ Reed watching at home from Arkansas. Some of my fellow Arkansans tonight.
Arkansans. Tell them to call us and say light.
Light and right and night and tight.
Hey, one of my best friends ever from Foreman, Arkansas, the home of Tracy Lawrence, Leanne Overturf was her name. And I'd never heard of another Overturf, but she said the same way growing up, and that's kind of where it stuck with me. Shout out to Leanne. She may be watching tonight. Who knows?
It's getting tight up front, Zach. We got 10 down, 2 to go. Look at this. Seth Ball out front, but look at Lockie. Looking to the inside on turn number 2. Not going to happen down the back chute this time. We've got one around. That is the 01 of Jonathan Groby. Race fans, we are getting ready to go back. Green flag racing here in factory stock B main number 1. 10 laps down, 2 laps to go. And it's back underway. Seth Ball leads the field down into turn number 1, followed by Rocky Kelly Lockie. Look at Pork Chop Chamberlain on the bottom, Zach. Up to the 3rd spot around Levi Hodges. Oh, we've got a big fire, big fire at the top of turn number 3. No. That is Votaw.
Go out. Okay, thank goodness it's out for the most part, but thank goodness that driver was out of that machine quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen watching at home, you already see Trey Votaw climbing out a big fireball underneath the 15K machine.
Man, I tell you what, fire is always scary because it does not discriminate. Good friend of mine back in Shreveport, Louisiana, Beverly looks pretty good too.
We're going back green flag racing once again. B made number 1 of the factory stocks.
Oh boy, they're 3 wide here for 3rd, 4th, 5th transfer. Pork Chop's way at the hub. He better go, and he's got to go now. Here comes the 11 of Bowden as well. Oh my goodness gracious. Sean Graham trying to work his way into the mix down the back straightaway. Oh, a little bit of contact there. He drove it back deep. He knows that outside has to be held on to. He'll cross underneath. Down the front straightaway. It is all the way heated up with a white flag waving.
Absolutely, Zach. One back. Graham is around, and your 4th and final trans, Levi Hodges.
Graham said, I'll be damned if I ain't going A-main racing, you ain't going A-main racing either. I don't think that was the intention, but the green flag or the checker flag waves over Ball. Chop transfers, and how about the Karnak Texan Travis Bowden?
Absolutely. Brandon Hood in the 68, Tim Homeyer, Jeffrey Blackwood, row 6, Michael Hale, Alvin Linlow, row number 7, Chad Cox, Jerry Coward, row 8, and Jeff Sontag all by himself in row number 9. We are underway. Shane Pretty leads the field down into turn number 3 out of turn 4. Looks like Pretty going to lead lap number 1. The X2X of Ron Palmer going to be in second spot. And the 721 of Jason Gore is third. Your fourth and final transfer spot belongs to the 215 of TJ Evans. Brandon Hood making his way around the top side of the racetrack of the 68 machine. Takes over the 6th spot from the 55 of DeMoss. Brandon Hood in the Wade White own number 68 machine now doing battle with John Gober. Jason Gore and your pole center, Ron Palmer, doing battle for that second position in the top side of turn number 3. Gore trying to sneak underneath and take over the bridesmaid's position right now. It's still Palmer in the runner-up spot. Gore now to the inside of the turn number 2. Not going to work out. Going to lose a little bit of ground. Here comes Evans on the outside. No. Gore slams the door. Going into turn number 3. Evans giving a little bit of a bumper tag. A little bit of a love tap through turns 3 and 4. Everybody going to stay in the same positions. No change behind your leader, Shane Pretty. Way out front. We got a car around to the bottom of turn number 2. It's a 22 machine of Jerry Cowart. Jerry going to park it in the infield. His night is done. Oh, we've got one around. It's Tim Homeyer in the 8-star car. Tim going to get it back underway, rejoin the field. Back up front, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the racetrack. Nose to tail. You can just about throw a blanket over those cars behind your race leader. Oh, and it's the 3rd spot car, Jason Gore, going around to the bottom of turn number 4. Gore not going to be happy about that. Going to park the 721 machine down just off the racing surface. That's going to put John Gober into the 4th and final transfer spot. Now Brandon Hood 1 spot out in the 68. Hood looks to the inside of the 4. Not going to be enough. 7 laps down, 5 to go. Shane Pretty in his own time zone in the 77X. We look back to 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th on the racetrack. 2 and 2. Palmer and Evans, Gober and Hood. 2 groups of 2 battling it out right now on the racetrack. Hood 1 spot out of a transfer looking in. The 721 of Jason Gore makes a hard right turn off the speedway. Brandon Hood one more time into turn number 1. Trying to find something on the bottom of the racetrack. Scotty Thrifty Nichols slings it down in the turn number 1. Not going to work out for Nichols. He slides up the racetrack going into turn number 3. 2 to go for your leader at the stripe. JT James Thompson trying to make something happen in the Outlaw House car. The number 85 machine not going to work out. Thompson pulls it to the infield. White flag in the air for Shane Pretty, the 77X machine. Still your top car. Almost a half a lap ahead of 2nd place, Ron Palmer. TJ Evans in 3rd, and then 215 looking to the inside of the turn number 2. Not going to be enough. Evans doesn't get back in the line until the very entrance of turn number 3. Palmer loose all before the flag waves for Pretty. He'll take the win. Palmer will be 2nd, Evans 3rd, and Gober rounds out the top 4. Brandon Hood 1 spot out in 5th. Justin McNeil, Dwayne Holder, Justin Whitehead, Bo Perry, Ricky Sessions, Dalton Faulkner, Seth Ball, Shane Pretty, Kelly Lockey, Ron Palmer, Kenneth Chamberlain, TJ Evans, Travis Bowden, and John Gober take the green flag, and already we're side by side for the lead on turn number 2. Ball going to lead the field down the back chute into 3 with Brandon Taylor in tow. Jamie Herring, your pole sitter, dropping back to 3rd spot. Lau getting all kinds of crossways off the exit of 4 in the 39 machine. We're 4 wide through turn number 2. Justin Whitehead on the bottom, Cameron Cook, Bo Perry, and the 21 machine of Dwayne Holder. Still, the 78 machine. Oh, we've got 2 cars around at the bottom of turn number 3. Looks like Bowden and the 78 Junior. We're going to get a caution flag, the no-go logo coming out. Jamie Herring lining up on the inside of that first double foul roll. The lights are out. We're going to be going green this time out of 4. Green flag drops. We're back on the way with 2 laps complete. And we got a big pile up in turn number 1. Looks like Justin Holt, he was running in 5th spot.
Bo Perry getting into the back of the 31, it looked like. Wasn't intentional, I don't believe, obviously. But 3 Arklatex area factory stock competitors, as well as Seth Ball involved in that one. And Kelly Lockie had.
Lights are out. Green flag waves. And we are not going to go green. No green flag that time. No green flag. Actually, looks like we are going to keep the green. My mistake, everybody. Going to stay green, Brandon Ball. Oh, we got a car hard into the wall. It's Jamie Lau. And we got a pile up at the bottom of turn number 3. Gonna go red flag conditions, ladies and gentlemen. Jamie Lau hard into the retaining wall at the top of turn number 3. It will be a single file restart. We are going green this time at turn number 4. 2 laps in the books. Brad Ball gonna lead him into turn number 1. Brandon Taylor sits in the 2nd spot. And look at Justin McNeil trying the bottom of the racetrack. Justin Whitehead right there behind him. Justin McNeil maybe thinking a little bit better of it. Tucks back up into line. Goes high in turn 3. Gonna complete lap number 3 on a turn number 4. It's still Brad Ball out front. Brandon Taylor in 2nd. Jamie Herring is 3rd. Bo Perry 4th. Justin McNeil in 5th. And here comes Justin Whitehead. Zach on the bottom.
Justin Aubrey down the back straightaway. Up to the 6th spot in this one. As Bo Perry out of Bossier City, Louisiana. All over the 222 of Herring. Down the front straightaway to the inside. Into 1. Taylor all over the 78 of Ball. I tell you what, Brandon Taylor's a guy that we've talked about a lot this weekend, Nick, as far as making gains, but not having the efforts that he's put in to show for it result-wise. And he's wanting to cash in and get the victory lane tonight for $1,000.
Absolutely, Zach. That is totally right, man. Brandon Taylor been on the ball all weekend long,
and he's on the back of Brad Ball right now.
You know it, brother. Going into turn number 3.
You didn't mean to do that, did you?
I did not.
Intended,
but I set you up for that one. You're welcome.
You were smooth. You were smooth on it. Oh, and Whitehead gives a shot in the shorts to the 24 of Bo Perry. Here comes Whitehead, the 6-time Cajun Classic winner. Your pole sitter for the next race. So let's put this in fact. How many laps are we running? 30 here? He is going to have to run 90 straight laps around the Heart O Texas Speedway. When this thing is up on the wheel right now, boy, he is going to be a worn-out camper if he wins that race. No matter what happens, if he completes all 90 laps.
Absolutely, man. That's a whole lot of laps for one night. Can you imagine how many laps he's made here this weekend?
Does this give him an advantage, the fact he's been able to see the track of 2 completely different cars?
I was going to say, the big deal is going to be what translates from the factory stock to the limited modified.
I think a lot does. As it was indicative this weekend, winning on Thursday, which set him up for a great run in the limited that night. He found something on that tip-top part of the track.
Absolutely.
Everybody was running the top, but he was running on the tip-top of the track.
Absolutely.
As he'll try to the inside of the 24 Laser Chassis PTS power number 24 of Bo Perry out of Bossier City. These guys have done battle together. They finished 1 and 2 at Arklatex Speedway back in the month of May. Off of 4, Whitehead 5th. It's Perry still 4th in 24. The 222 of Herring in the 3rd spot. 2nd is Taylor, who's pressuring Brad Ball hard.
Yeah, Taylor looking underneath there at turn number 2. We've got 10 laps in the books, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be 11 complete this time by. Brad Ball going to lead lap number 11. He got out in front of this thing from the get-go and hasn't looked back since. Started on the outside of that front row. Got a great jump off of turn number 4. Took the lead early on, and that's where we sit right now. Going to be 12 complete this time by, Zach.
Brad Ball is actually the 9th quickest car in this race. Bo Perry the 8th quickest. Jamie Herring the 7th quickest. Interestingly enough, Whitehead is the 4th quickest machine in this race. Pork Chop Chamberlain has the quickest lap time in this particular event with a 17.116.
And that first line of about 8 race cars, Zach, just freight training around the top. What does it take to get brave enough to step outside of that line and try to make a move?
Man, it's like even I often talk about, I try not to brag too much on 36J when he's in the factory stock, but you know, oftentimes it seems like when guys get complacent, when a track seems like it's right around the top, his car seems to always dig right in the spot where everybody else doesn't want to go. But tonight, he's playing conservative and just holding serve where he's at right now. I don't think he wants to flirt with that and get on the middle part of the track and get suckered out like a train at Daytona. We are going 30 laps.
Yep, we are coming to halfway down, folks. 15 down, 15 laps to go. In the factory stock feature, $1,000 to win.
Still a lot to be played out here.
Absolutely. 15 laps is a regular feature on a Friday or Saturday night, Zach, and we're going 2 of those in a row.
You got to throw your aces out now. All aces and all spades for these drivers if you want to go to Victor Lane and cash in for a grand. The Highlands, Texas racer driving the CB Racing Engine Power number 78 of Brad Ball with the race lead, but here comes Taylor trying back again, coming up short down the front straightaway. 78. The 78 car in NASCAR. The Monster Energy Series has dominated all season. Martin Truex Jr. 16 stage wins on the year, and I believe he'll end up being your Sprint Cup Monster Energy champion this year. But the 78 leads here at Heart of Texas in factory stock action.
Here's another question I would have for you, Zach. What are these limited modified guys going to think when they get out here and there's this much rubber? Look at the difference between the bottom and the top of the racetrack right now. You look over into turn 1 and 2. The top of the track looks like asphalt. The bottom of the track is a little bit lighter color. There's not as much rubber down there.
That's one thing that these asphalt pull-off tires can do. They can either make it or break it, and here comes Perry pushing. But see, there's that drive you can get off that top shelf, man. I mean, you can actually give a mistake or two, even on the 6-time Cajun Classic winner and power ahead of him.
Absolutely.
Certainly.
And Justin McNeil trying the same thing, was looking underneath in turn number 3 a lap ago, and now as he slides up, you see Shane Pretty taking a look to the inside.
Certainly don't want to see this thing take a whole lot of rubber, but if we get some of these factory stock drivers, if they helped out the race coming, if they got on that bottom, that'd be great.
Absolutely. I do think that it's a lot of rubber on the top side of the racetrack, and I think it might affect the feature.
Okay, the time on the outpad is wrong. I was saying that seems awfully later than it was. It is only 10:46, so I imagine we might farm the track a little bit prior to that race.
Yeah.
As we stay green here at the Heart of Texas Speedway, your factory stock main event, folks. Down the front straight we go into turn number 1. Nick Robbins is still 78, driving the CB powered entry of Brad Ball from Highlands. Home track, the Battleground Speedway. Go ahead, brother.
And these cars are just so even, man. These tires are like the equalizer, like we talk about all the time, and it's really, really just a matter of who's going to be brave enough to step out and make that first move. As Ball leads yet another lap number 24.
I want to give a shout out to Steve Jones, who just ordered the broadcast and just tuned in as he's rooting on the 36J, I believe, of Justin Whitehead, who rides 5th in this main event. I want to thank Steve for just spending his hard-earned money to enjoy this great event.
Absolutely, Steve. We thank you so much for supporting us here at Race on Texas, brother. Thanks for tuning in. Hoping you're enjoying what you're seeing right now as Brandon Taylor, Zach, one more look to the inside. Thinks better of it, steps back into line.
Down the front boulevard. Lap traffic may become a reality, but I'm not sure.
Oh, and Shane Pretty gets in to chase Justin McNeil.
That'll bring out the caution.
Yeah, McNeil stopped at the top of, oh gosh. Oh man, that was almost bad.
But we'll see what happens when we drop the hammer again as we're getting ready to kick the tires and relight the fires. Punch the time clock. Let's go back to work. Brad Ball is on the lap pedal. Nick Robbins as the green flag waves over his head into 1.
26 laps complete, Zach. 4 laps to go with Brad Ball bringing us back to turn number 1. It's Brandon Taylor in 2nd. Jamie Herring is 3rd. Bo Perry 4th. Justin Whitehead rounds out the top 5 as we come into 3.
Down the front straightaway off of turn number 4, the 78 of Brad Ball continues to lead. I believe if he makes a lap just like he did this last one, he'll hold on and win this race tonight. I can't see the 88 making a bonsai move to go around.
Yeah, Brad Ball a half second ahead already as we come to 2 to go. Down the backstretch in turn number 3, Brad Ball, still your leader, going to be the white flag in the air this time by Brandon Taylor in 2nd spot. Herring is 3rd, and Bo Perry looking underneath for that 3rd spot. Perry with the move. Perry takes over 3rd. 1 lap to go. Bo Perry with a great move, getting underneath Jamie Herring for 3rd spot. Justin Whitehead now looking underneath for 4th. Zach Clark, we're coming to the checkers this time out of 4.
Driving the CB Racing Engine Power number 78 out of Highlands, Texas. The 78 of Brad Ball gets the win tonight here at Heart of Texas on your final night for $1,000. Brandon Taylor takes 2nd and 88. Bo Perry with a good run to 3rd.